Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, also created a really cool graphic novel called Invincible, and now it's being turned into an animated show debuting on Amazon Prime March 26th, the day after my birthday. So as a big birthday present, please go support this show, because I got to check out the first 3 episodes, which are still all debuting on the same day, and it is freaking awesome. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new TV review. Today I'm going to be discussing Invincible, episodes 1 through 3, in a non-spoiler light, because there is a lot that happens in these first 3 episodes. I'm going to be pretty much giving you guys my overall basic thoughts on the entire show, and why I think you guys should definitely stay tuned for not just those first 3 episodes, but for the rest of the season. And if you guys are new here, and you guys enjoy reviews like this, then make sure to comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts, as well as hitting that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on content like this over here on a daily basis. Invincible is an adult animated series based on the Skybound Image comic about a teenager whose father is the most powerful superhero on the planet, and this teenager is finally getting his superpowers. This has a voice cast of the likes of Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Yeun, Zazie Beetz, Gillian Jacobs, and so many more. I was really skeptical on this at first, because I was wanting a live-action series of this comic. I think this series would actually kill in live-action. And I do understand that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are actually in the works of creating a live-action version of this in a movie format, so I'm interested to see if that actually gets off the ground. But with that said, I went into this only skeptical on that element, but still open to interpretation to see how an animated format can be like this. Because, you know, I know like people like my dad who would probably really like this show, they're not the biggest fans of animation. But this kind of has an animation flair like Archer mixed with the Harley Quinn show, which are both, like, Archer's a hilarious show and Harley Quinn's also a hilarious show, but the animation in those are not cheap. They're very nicely done. But what Invincible looks like is that it's ripped right out of the comics and thrown right onto the screen. Because the graphic novel, I've only read a couple, but it's really cool and really unique, and that's something I definitely need to dive back into, especially because of how much I really enjoyed this show. And especially within the first 3 episodes, it sets up elements that I'm like, I need to see where the rest of the season is going and to see how they play off, again, with the elements that they keep intact from the comics, and as well as the ones that they very much change from the comics, but I think for most of the better. Starting with the voice casting here, I think that is the main thing that was really going to make this work, and every single voice really works. Of course, Yeun is playing Mark Grayson, the main teenager in here, and I'm a fantastic big fan of him. He, of course, played Glenn in The Walking Dead. He also just got nominated for an Oscar from Minari, which is an incredible movie, and he does a fantastic job in the voice. In fact, he almost is camouflaged into the role. I didn't even notice it was Yeun until I had to do a double check and be like, this is him. I'm pretty sure he was announced for this. Of course, playing his father in here is J.K. Simmons, who is playing Nolan Grayson, the strongest superhero in the world. And J.K. is absolutely just perfect for this role. I love what Simmons is able to do in here, and really much he plays up to what Simmons plays, but also plays that hard-hitting father that you really much care about. And both of these characters have the superpowers of, say, the likes of Superman. So there is that kind of nice parody element on top of it all. No, those 2 voice casters are great in here. Everyone really does a solid job really camouflaging and bringing these characters to life in a really unique and fantastic way. Into the graphic novel, I think you're going to have a really easy time segueing in this and being, you know, oh yeah, I love these characters, I love this comic, I want them not to mess it up. I think you're going to be excited and really happy with what they turned in here. I do want to jump back over into the animation just a little bit to discuss how I feel like in this opening episode, the very first one, it was a solid opening episode. Like the first few 30 minutes, I would say, I was like, okay, I'm into this, I'm intrigued, I'm going to watch the rest to see how the rest of this episode goes. And just in general see. But the animation didn't grab my attention yet until the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes of this episode not just grabbed my attention because of the animation, but because of what they do with the story. My jaw hit the floor. I was shocked. I sat there going, oh, they're doing that. Okay, and I was literally like so invested from that on that I had to start the second and the third episode right off the bat, and thankfully Prime is giving everyone the first 3 episodes. And also shout out to them for greenlighting an animated adult show that is heavily rated R, but also is not just 20 to 30 minute episodes. These are almost 40 to 45, maybe even 55 minutes. And that's without commercials. So thank you so much to that, because it really invests you in the story and it takes its time with each and every character and detail inside this world. Really much, those are my first impressions with Invincible. It's a really interesting concept, and fans of the graphic novel are going to freak out about this. The voice cast is honestly great. And the animation, again, at first I was like, alright, the animation style is really much feeling like a graphic novel. The way that it really starts to come to life, and not just the last 10 minutes of the first episode, but the rest of the episodes that I got to check out, I was thoroughly intrigued. I loved the first 3 episodes that we got for Invincible. I think this is a fantastic new series. And when it comes to cons, I actually don't think I have any at the moment. I was just heavily invested in this. I'm heavily invested in this world, and I can't wait for more. So with all that said, I am going to give the first 3 episodes of Invincible an A. Let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are on Invincible. Have you read the graphic novel? Have you not? Are you excited for the show? Let's discuss it all down there. It's coming out March 26th. Mark that date, guys. Let's support a brand new superhero show. I know a lot of us are tired of it, but this very much is. If you like The Boys, I think it's kind of in that same vein, just as more of an animated form. But guys, make sure to head on over to Sandwich on Films on how to see films early. And of course, it's a big thing to you and a big thing to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So of course, until next time, stay classy.